50 Tage haben wir schon im Spiel verbracht. Okay. So. So, Greenway-Zeug. Refugee-Zeug. Naja, Bliss. Auf die müssen wir, glaube ich, warten. Können wir gleich mal schauen. Clubheads für Rico. Ja, okay. Ja. Overlook Bar. Side Rail Horizon und Spend Time as Yadagan Enforcer. Okay. Ja, schauen wir mal bei der. Wo war die? War die da oben? Ja. Okay, noch 2 Tage da. Dann kümmern wir uns mal um Pilze. Nee. Aviary. Nice. So, clubhead samples. Rico is eager to see the clubhead caps that have grown in the aviary. She hasn't seen mushrooms like this in decades. Clubhead analysis. Are these fruiting bodies the same that emerged during the early days of the collapse or something else? You hand them over to an eager Rico, who immediately begins work on the samples. Rico is at her bench, running small vials of some liquid through an old chemical analysis machine. The whirring of the spinning drum fills the lab with white noise, and you aren't sure if she notices you approach. Sleeper, it's good to see you. She looks up smiling. This little project of ours has been keeping me awake past few cycles, but right now, well, I think I have something. What is it? The drum finishes spinning and Rico lifts a vial from it, holding it up to the light. This is something I extracted from those clubheads you've been bringing me, and according to my analysis, it is a substance totally unique on the Greenway. You look at the small amount of liquid in the vial. Any idea what it might be? Rico asks without looking away from the vial. Keine Ahnung. You're the first sleeper to come through here. Perhaps I should have mentioned that earlier. Rico's tone suddenly drops, changing the atmosphere in the lab immediately. I just thought... She pauses, thinking very carefully of how to continue. I just wanted you to trust us. What do you mean? She sighs. They came through a fair few cycles ago. We found them wandering in the broken section near the gap. The members who brought them in had never seen one of you before. They were terrified of this strange person. wandering in from open vacuum. They were quieter than you and damaged. We did our best to patch them up and welcome them to the commune. I only really spoke to them once, while I was working on their wounds along with a couple of systems engineers. He looks nervously at you. I'd never seen a body like that before. I took some readings, some samples. Samples? You have to understand, I was curious. I didn't know what I was looking at. I just took a little of the damaged material, less than a thumbnail. She shifts her weight to a crutch. The next cycle, they were gone. They took a little food and hiked up towards the wild margins, where the greenway meets the wastes. Someone saw them in the distance, but that was it. They disappeared into the overgrowth. She sits down heavily, the vial in her hand. When I saw you, I wanted things to be different. I wanted to keep you here, rather than let you disappear into wherever they ended up. She smiles to herself. Yes, I wanted to understand this place better, but I also wanted to help you. It seems that somehow both my wishes have come true at once. She holds out the hand with the vial. This is for you. You take the stabilizer, the glass cold and smooth in your palm. Thank you. Don't thank me. She gazes out at the greenway through the glass. Those clubhead caps made it for you. Or at least who or whatever made those clubheads. She starts to clear her bench. It was right there, contained in their tissue. I only had to extract it. I imagine you understand how incredible that is. I learned enough from that sleeper to know that your body, your frame, is it, runs on some exotic technology. Exotic technology that has a time limit built in. Somehow, the Greenway knows the two. It understands your physiology much better than I ever could. It knows how to treat you. Just like that miraculous antidote that sprung from the mold, so too has this sprung from your presence here. The Greenway is speaking to you. It is welcoming you. She looks up. I know it sounds crazy, but I know it to be true. Here's the evidence. And what I also know is it is no longer speaking to me. Even after decades here, I have never seen this kind of response. Not since the antidote so many cycles ago. She smiles. So, I'm going to make you a deal. You bring me as many club heads as you like. I'll extract the stabilizer and give it to you, freely. But you have to tell me what the Greenway says. You have to speak with it, to dig into it, to find what being is at the center of it. I've traveled as far as I can. I need you to do the rest. Can you do that? Sure. Rico sighs with relief and deflates into her chair. Thank you. I'm sorry for the other sleeper. Truly, I am. I'm sorry I couldn't have done more. But I'm so glad I met you. She smiles. You're welcome here, anytime. Rico falls silent. She looks smaller now, more fragile. And you realize how old she must be to have seen the collapse firsthand. You idle a little in the lab, in case she asks for anything else, but she remains silent, and so you drift back into the tunnel. Thoughts of that other sleeper, and where they ended up, weighing on your mind. Okay, cool. Ich glaube, ich gehe engage. Because grow beds. Plant seeds. The only way to understand what gardener gave you is to grow it. Rico is incredibly excited by the prospect. Nice. I'll take good care of it, sleeper. Rico smiles. Don't you worry. Gardener's gift, the seed is planted, and Rico is an affirmative mother to it. The attentive mother. What future is forming there? 8 Tage. Okay. Wafer labs, stabilizer, synthesis with a couple of clubhead caps. Rico can extract the miraculous stabilizer they produce. It's a hard thing to believe. Okay, für 2 clubhead caps kriege ich einen Stabilizer. Habe ich jetzt im Moment nicht unbedingt Bedarf, aber gute Option auf jeden Fall. Okay. Jo, dann warten wir da drauf und machen so lang im Overlook weiter. Wenn ich den Overlook da finde. Build the still. Tola comes to help you for a bit and chats to you about her plans for the Overlook. Plans. Kann heute anscheinend nicht wirklich lesen. A second pair of hands makes the work go easier. Nice. So. Overlook Distillery, you're unsure Tala knows what she's doing, but she's a hard person to say no to, so it looks like you're building this thing. Tala stands back from the newly finished still and tub, hands on hips. Wie hab ich denn die gesprochen? Ich weiß gar nicht mehr. Look at this, she grins. The Overlook Distillery in all its glory. She squeezes you around the shoulders. Thank you. How's sourcing ingredients? Tata smiles. I think I've got most of it covered between the food factories in the low end and the farm stacks in the greenway. However, she pauses. There is an issue. What's the problem? Well, Gyro, the drink, as you probably guessed, is named after Gyro the mushroom. That's what gives it that golden color and earthy taste. The alcohol is infused with the mushrooms along with a mix of spices. That means you need gyro caps to make gyro, but no one wants to supply us. The distilleries on the Greenway are taking all the stock from the farms out there, so it's hard to get a single cap across Founder's Gap. However, I have an idea. She smiles. We can grow our gyro caps here. She gestures at the increasingly equipment-filled back room. I can bring you mushrooms. Tyler gives you a pitying look. Where's your vision? Any outside supplier means they take a cut. Okay, maybe not you, but someone somewhere takes a cut. Tyler puts a hand on the still. We made a still. We set all this up. How hard can growing mushrooms be? They don't need light. They barely need soil. We can do this. She pauses. Or at least we could, if we had something to grow them from. Like spores? Exactly. Suddenly you feel like you've walked into a trap. And you are the perfect person to get me those spores. She nods rapidly. Think about it. You built the still. You're great with plants. You know, the eye like the back of your hand. Need I go on? Are you flattering me? If it's working, then... Yes? She grins sheepishly. Look, I can't leave the bar, and the other people picking up shifts... She grimaces. I'm saying it has to be you. Fine. Wonderful. You love it over on the Greenway, I think. All that fresh air, open space. She sees your expression. Okay, I'm done. She turns back to look at the still and the fledgling distillery forming around it. It really is something tough, isn't it? Nee. Though. It really is something, though, isn't it? And want to or not, you really have to agree. Okay, wie viele Spuren? 3, okay. Suppose for Tala wants to set up a mushroom farm to feed the distillery. All she needs from you are some spores to start it off. The mushroom farm will make the back room of the Overlook into a miniature gyro factory. Okay. Mushrooms lead you deep into the rim beyond sunlight, where moist dells glitter with strange growths. You barely make it back out. Okay. Got the... Okay. Spores for Tala. They are so cute. says Tyler, looking at the container of spores. Her excitement is infectious. Mushroom farm will make the... Okay. Okay, müssen wir da auch warten. 6 Tage. Okay. Arbeiten wir da mal ein bisschen. Moritz? This is the assistant. Ah. Hey. A quiet voice greets you as you leave. Sleeper, it's me. Do I know you? Moritz. He pauses. I work for Bliss. He rubs the back of his head. You're not an easy person to find. I move around. Moritz holds up his hands. Hey, no judgment. It's cool. You both stand there for a moment, each waiting for the other to speak. What's up? Yeah. Well, Bliss needs you. A job just came in. A real big one. She's asking for you to come up and help her out. He nods sagely. I'll be right there. Nice, yeah. Moritz stands there for a little while, unsure if the message is delivered. I've got it. Cool. He looks around. Bliss just likes me to do a thorough job, you know. He rubs his hands together before burying them in his jacket pockets. See you, sleeper. Moritz ambles off down the corridor, kicking at a filter cap on his way out. Time to head to Bliss's bay then. Okay. It was a big contract. Somehow Bliss swung a tanker contract, but the catch is that the work needs to be turned around fast. Too fast. Innerhalb von 3 Tagen, okay. Sealing the leaks. The tanker's crew have detected a set of leaks and they need to isolate and seal them as soon as possible. That's where you come in. Okay. Ui. +4. Oh, okay. Full system flush. Bliss has an idea. A full system flush with tracer fluid to reveal the leaks, which means an emergency venting of all tanks. Brilliant. Dangerous. Tank recladding. Typically the way to fix this kind of leak is to painstakingly inspect and reseal the entire ship's cladding. But is there time? Oh, okay. Bam. Was wären das? Oh. Kann ich das nur einmal machen? Imagine the system needs rebooting and repriming. You won't have time to do this again before the contract is up. Ah, okay, okay. Ja, gut. Your careful and focused inspection is rewarded with the discovery of a set of leaks. You seal them up tight. Was ist... na, dann... Roll... Oh, okay. Bitte, bitte... Nice. The tanker's crew have detected a set of leaks and they need to isolate. Plus, as both wait in the airlock for it to cycle back to the bay, Bliss thumps you on the arm. Oh, ich hab wieder keine Ahnung, wie ich die gesprochen hab. Nicely done, Sleeper. We cleared that contract, no problem. She stretches. Once we are back in the bay, we can check if the payment has come through and divide it up. She stretches. Feels good. Was halte ich von einem Spiel, wo es ums Angeln geht? Kommt drauf an, wie, ja, was das für ein Spiel ist. Wenn ja, ist halt, ja, kommt halt drauf an. Wenn es halt einfach nur Angel-Simulation ist, wo du halt wirklich einfach nur angelst und das zwar halt realistisch umgesetzt ist sozusagen, aber halt das einzige ist, was halt das Spiel ausmacht, dann ist es, glaube ich, nicht unbedingt was für mich. Wenn's, weiß nicht, wenn eine Story drumrum ist und halt Angeln so halt das Hauptthema und so weiter. Oder halt, ja, dann könnte es ganz interessant sein. Oder halt, ja, wenn... Ich meine an sich, ja. Ja, kommt drauf an. Wie heißt's denn das Spiel? So grundsätzlich an sich, Angeln bin ich jetzt nicht abgetan oder so. Von. Aber ja, genaueres kann ich so an sich nicht sagen. Dredge, das ist gerade erst rausgekommen, ne? Der Name sagt mir was. Fishing Adventure Game. Ein Spieler-Fischerei-Abenteuer mit einer düsteren Unterströmung. Verkaufe deinen Fang, verbessere dein Boot und durchforste die Tiefen nach längst verborgenen Geheimnissen. Sieht ganz cool aus. Ja. Sieht interessant aus. Ja. Also, ja, erster Eindruck von den... Jetzt von der Beschreibung auf Steam und Screenshots und so weiter. Bin ich interessiert, ja. Bliss. Airlock clunks and the lights flicker. And a moment later you are back in the bay, where Moritz is at the wrecks, trying to figure out where the mess of tools Bliss left in her wake should be hung. Hey, Moritz. Moritz looks over his shoulder. Sleeper. He spins the wrench in his hand. Looked like clean work out there. He nods respectfully. You look over at Bliss, who is already gliding over to her management console. She twirls a little as she crosses the cavernous bay. No one you've ever met moves as well in zero-G as she does. It's like she was born into it. Shit. Bliss slams a fist onto the console. Shit. What's up? I can't even. Bliss closes his eyes. Come here. Bliss calls you over. Look at this. Just look. She spins the terminal screen and you see the details for the base account. You see an entry for the Ember's Wake. A repair fee paid in full the moment you finished up the job. But then, directly after, the whole amount was transferred back out into an unknown account. How can this happen? I can tell you how. My ex is a sneaky little conniving shit. She punches the terminal. He must have coded a backdoor into the machine before he left. She rubs her forehead. There's no way we can... She pauses, thinking. Moritz, throw me that wrench. What's that for? Moritz spins the wrench around the bay, across the bay. Bliss smiles. This? Bliss brings the wrench down on the terminal. Hard. You flinch backwards as a hail of computer parts spill up into the bay in a glittering arc. Fragments of screen, memory, sections of the car casing. When Bliss is done, she clips a wrench to her tool belt. Try backdooring your way into that, you shit! Moritz drifts out from his hiding place amongst the wrecks. Yes, he says tentatively. You wanted me to... He looks at the arc of fragments drifting around the bay nervously. Bliss shakes her head. No, she sighs. I've got it. You go get me a new terminal. Cheapest you can find. Cobble one together from pieces at the odd exchange if you have to. Can I help? Bliss glides over to a panel by the wall. Don't worry. One of the first things I'd installed when we spec'd out this place was a cleaning sweep. She flicks over a plastic cover on a huge red button. Watch yourself. She hammers the button and a row of laser emitters unfold from the bay wall. They start crawling their way across the work area, frying the debris as they do in pulses of burning light. Bliss smiles. It's that or just space the whole bay every few... Or just space the whole bay every few cycles. Okay. What now? Precise. We keep at it. The cleaning sweep buzzes and crackles as it works its way across the bay. That account wasn't everything. I'm not that stupid. Once Moritz gets back, I'll secure it and flush everything else. She flicks a nearby piece of debris into the path of the sweep. Clean break. Then we take another contract. That's it. She shuts off the sweep as it reaches the near end of the bay. I'm in. You better be, Bliss laughs, because there's no way you are getting your investment back unless you are. She rubs her forehead. I'm sorry, Sleeper. I know you worked for this too, but next time won't be the same. That's okay. She smiles. See you in a few cycles. Moritz will let you know. She winks and kicks off into the bay to finish cleaning up. Okay. All you can do is move on and wait for Bliss to land another contract. Maybe this time. Okay, bitte warten. Wie lang braucht das noch? 5. Lange. Vast colony ship is coming together block by block. Each cycle you see another piece slot in place. Your crew slowly filters out of the shipyard locker room, the bubbling chatter reducing with each group that leaves. There's excitement in the air. Havenedge just made an announcement. The assembly teams are done. Sat on the locker room bench, you can feel the side rail out there. Its hulking mass now intimately familiar to you. Yeah. Over the past cycles, you have watched it grow, be assembled. You have walked through its veins and welded its bones. Now it is ready for the final stage. It will go to testing now. Then enter a final process of sealing and resealing, checking and rechecking before it is deemed suitable for its generational trip. But for now, your work is done. You can't help but feel proud. Hey! A cough interrupts your thoughts. It's Lem, changing out of his work gear. Mina nowhere to be seen. He smiles. She'll be ready soon. Where's Mina? You two are fast friends, huh? She's being watched at home. Now, I'm on the work team. I can afford a bit more help. He corrects himself. Was on the work team. I mean, we are all out of a job now. He quickly adds, not that I'm complaining. He comes to sit beside you on the bench. She is going to be in her best shape when she carries you, Mina, and me out of here. So confident? Lem smiles apologetically. Why not? I figure I'm due a lucky turn by now. He rubs his hands nervously. No use in wondering what if. Until the draw anyway. And there's a few cycles till then. Lem is right, but the odds seem unlikely anyway. How many are working in the shipyard? Hundreds? 1,000? You've certainly seen more faces than you can count pass. You've certainly seen more faces than you can count pass through. And are the Sellers Foundation even going to keep their promise? Out here, on the eye, you get the sense that no one will hold them to it. Why else would they be building the sidereal in a surrogate system? As you think, Lem watches you with a worried look. How's Mina doing? Lem is surprised by a question, but smiles. She's doing well. She misses having you over, actually. I need to get you two together again soon. Especially now I won't see you here either. Lem gazes into space. She's pretty stuck on you, actually. She told me the other cycle that she doesn't want to go unless you can come too. He sighs. You ever been on a thunderstorm sleeper? A real big one? I don't remember. Lem shoots you a worried look for a moment. It's something else. He smiles. The sound, the smell, the rain hammering down. The whole sky stretched out and bruised, roaring and huge. The place I was born, New Pembroke, a dry old rock in a Conway system, had 2 seasons. One of them was as dry as bone, dusty, ugly. The other was one long storm, side effect of the terraforming efforts, they said. Rain used to rattle off the roofs like bullets. It washed the dust away, turned the streets to rivers. It'd sing us to sleep and wake us in the morning. We'd wait half a year just to see it again. The best day was the one where the first drops fell. He sniffs. Some days, I wake up swearing I can hear it again. I was thinking, Mina has never seen a storm, never even felt rain. She's grown up here. The ring, her only horizon. Always in the dark. I want to change that for her. You will. Of course. Almost there. Lem stands, stretching. Best get back to the little one anyway. With the shifts done, I reckon she'll be happy to have me home for a few cycles. He shoulders his gear. See you in a few for the draw? Good luck. Don't need it. He grins. Lem leaves, making you the last person in the cavernous locker room. As you sit, you think about rain, then a little hope creeps in. Is it possible? Could the side rail really take you to a planet, a place with weather, with skies, with life? You get up quickly before you can think about it anymore. It's too soon to hope, too dangerous. There's work to be done. Okay, auch hier warten 6 Tage. Settlers are apparently going to start moving the sideways horizon to the hub soon. Okay. Ja, ich denke, wir sind eigentlich recht tief im Spiel, dass wir bei dem Dings hier anfangen können. Episode Flux. Okay, Jero, Bronze, okay. Dann halt nicht. Ja, essen. Essen sollte ich. Okay. Ash asked you to bring supplies, and fragrant, eye-grown gyro caps seem like the perfect thing to impress her. Ash sees you coming up the broken spoke and waves you into the cavernous bay. Die mögen das Wort. Irgendwie. Cavernous bay of the climbing briar. You came. Peak smiles as you walk into the climbing briar's cargo hold behind a gloomy Ash. They brought mushrooms? Ash tosses the mushroom caps onto a crate, raising her eyebrows at Peak. Peak gives her a look. Thank you, Sleeper. They pick one up and sniff at it. Are these edible? Yes. Peak turns the cap over in their fingers before putting it down. We're not so used to fresh produce. Ash is securing crates as she speaks, and doesn't look up. Hawthorne doesn't have much in the way of farming. Hawthorne? The installation we grew up on. Ash wipes off her hands on a rack. XPR loves to name their property after natural things, but that's about as far as their relationship with plant life goes. XPR? There's an interrogation? She glares. By the way, we're done with that place, which is all you need to know. Ash leans back against the crate she was securing. We're going to need more than a few mushrooms if you want to help those refugees, though. What do they need? Food, water, components, a whole lot of things. Ash stands and walks over to the mushrooms you brought, placing them into a small container with care. The problem isn't just getting supplies, it's getting them through to the ships. Can I just fly around? Get a briar cease for breaching quarantine? No thanks. She laughs. We were lucky we got here before the cordon was set up. That's the only reason we are on this side. Where's their quarantine? Peek jumps in. The Eye has a closed-loop life support system, just like any orbital installation. Any unfamiliar illness or significantly increased strain on life support could cause a cascading collapse in its systems. Ash scoffs. Are you making excuses for these bureaucrats now? Peek turns. We're being realistic, Ash. But these people aren't an increased strain. They are living people. Ash stares at you. Even calling them refugees is just a way of turning a lot of scared, desperate people into a single monolithic group. Ash slides a container full of mushrooms into one of the cargo hold's racks. Look, as much as I'd like to chat, we've still got a lot of space to fit on this hold, so if you're going to help... I think Ash is trying to say we need your help, and quickly, Peek says, glancing at her. The refugees behind the cordon, they won't be able to hold out indefinitely. We need to get supplies to them in the next 12 cycles, or... Ash steps forward. Or Havenage will have to bear the responsibility for whatever happens next. I'll help if I can. Peek looks nervously at Ash. They were hoping for something more concrete. There's 3 things we still need to secure. Water, food, and scrap components for ship repairs. Ash gestures to the storage containers around the hold. Water, we can find a way to source, or my preference, just siphon off from the underground reservoirs in the Greenway. Peek raises their eyebrows. Ash. She ignores them. For food, things could be tricky. These mushrooms are delicious, I'm sure, but no way we can get enough volume to feed a flotilla. However, I saw an algae stack on the way over. If we can get access. Not more stealing, Ash. Peek sighs. I didn't say steal. She stares at them, indignantly. If we can get access, we can work the stack, harvest some algae for the flotilla. Those stacks churn out vast quantities in short timescales. And the repair components? Peek asks tentatively. Ash smiles. Just look around you, Peek. This whole place is made of scrap. She shoots you a glance. And I'm sure Sleeper has their sources they can bring them right here. We get everything before the time runs out. Perfect. We get most of it, also good. Either way, in 12 cycles, I'm going to take what we have and go. But how will you get through? Ash shoulders a container. I thought I'd leave that up to you, Peek. They flinch. Are you serious? Ash, no, we said we would help the flotilla, but at what point? They stop. Take a breath. Take this seriously, Ash. I don't know the first thing about breaching a quarantine cordon. Maybe not. Ash looks at you. But they might. They slipped out from SNR facility, didn't they? Plus, they've been here longer than us. You're always trying to get me to find help. Well, here it is. She gestures at you. Help. Peek glances between the two of you. I swear to, they sigh. I need to think this one through. Meet me at the cordon in a couple of cycles, Sleeper. Maybe we can figure something out. Meanwhile, as she meets your eye, you can help me acquire the supplies. Discreetly. She smiles. We have to keep this quiet. Keep Havenage out of the loop. Once they get suspicious, this is over for all of us. This all suddenly seems a little too real, too dangerous. You've only just found your feet on the eye. This is not a time for causing trouble. Come find us. We'll be out there trying to pull this all together. Ash goes to the back of the hold to start packaging another container. Pig, come help. Come help me. Pig glances back at her. Sleeper, look. We didn't choose this either. They lowered a voice. Help us finish this. We've set up a base camp on the Broken Spoke. You're welcome to rest there in any of the cots while we work on this. They smile. We are in this together. Peek! Ash shouts, and they walk back into the hold to help with the container. As I leave the climbing briar, look out at the broken edge of the ice ring, where Havenage's cordon blinks with tiny red lights. What are you getting yourself into? Okay. Scrap for a flotilla. 8 scrap. Okay. One of the 3 things the flotilla needs are components for repairs. There's a lot of ships, which means a lot of scrap components. Price hold. Flotilla needs food, water, and components. You might not be able to get all of them, but Ash will take what you can get. Peek's plan. All the supplies in the world are nothing without a plan to get them to the flotilla. That's Peek's part in this. Ash's ruin. Run. Clock is running. In 12 cycles, Ash will make her run to the flotilla. The better prepared she is, the better the result will be. Okay. Noch ein Ort zum Schlafen. Eieiei. Okay, also als erstes 8 Scrap Components. Okay, LG stack. Negotiate access. LG stack is controlled by a small collective of farmers. If you want to use it, you'll need to persuade them. LG access, much to Ash's frustration, you'll have to pay or talk your way into using the LG stack to farm food for the refugees. Okay. Reservoir S3. Water storage and processing. Okay. Siphon water. Only way for Ash to get enough water together is to siphon it directly from the station's reservoirs. Havenage will not be pleased. Water for the flotilla. Ash needs tanks and tanks of water if she hopes to help the flotilla. Anything less is worthless to her. Havenage alert. Havenage have installed a complex sensor array to monitor the reservoir. Trip this and the whole place will go into lockdown. Hack sensors reservoirs monitored by a web of sensors. Hacking them will reduce the alert level of the system and keep you from getting locked out. Geil. Okay, positiv ist gerade mal ein Plus. Okay. Dockt da gerade ein Schiff? Ship Mind Fragment, Haggle Prices, wo kriege ich denn, beziehungsweise wo könnte ich denn alles Scrap bekommen? Scrap Components. Yargan operates on an in-kind basis. You're told, and tithes of goods or services must be collected in exchange for protection and administration. Okay, ich guck erst mal noch. Steel Shipment. Okay. Okay. Dann ist anscheinend aktuell beste Option Scrap Component zu bekommen hier. Und damit mache ich dann automatisch auch bei dem Yatagan-Zeug weiter. However you feel about Yatagan, it seems working with Arabia is your best chance to get an insight into the organization. Okay. Ich weiß halt nicht, was ich bekomme, wenn es neutral. Vielleicht gar nichts, außer halt ein Punkt hier. Mhm. Na, benutze ich die Dreier für das da hier. So. Risky und Zeug, aber ich krieg hier +2 und das, ja, Schlechteste, was ich bekomme, ist minus Energie. Das ist jetzt nicht schlimm. Ups. Das braucht... Das braucht... Okay. Naja. Jetzt die Frage... Ich könnte noch eine extra Aktion mir wiederholen. Was halt extrem nützlich für das Zeug gerade ist. Ist Frage, ob das nicht vielleicht Verschwendung wäre, aber ich habe E2 und ist es, glaube ich, wert. Und jetzt neue Stabilizer zu bekommen, ist jetzt nicht unmöglich. Es ist, glaube ich, keine schlechte Entscheidung. Nicht besonders gute Würfe. Ja, mach mal den Tag noch schnell. Zack. Yes. Nice. Talk to the farmers about the refugees, about the need for supplies, and if you come around to the idea. Okay. No more algae in the stack for this cycle. You have to wait for more to grow. Algae growth takes time to grow, and each cycle more can be harvested from the stack. Patience is required. Food for the flotilla. Flotilla needs a lot of food to last out the quarantine, and Ash will settle for nothing less than a full hold's worth. Ouch. Okay. Ach, weil das... Ah, das ist ja wunderbar, weil das ein Engineer-Aktion ist, kriege ich... Oder habe ich eine Chance auf Scrap-Item. Bonus. Wunderbar. Oh, geil. Ey, ey, ey. Okay, ja, das Update, Story-Update verlangt doch schon Aufmerksamkeit. Äh, ja, äh, ja, Spiel war bisher sehr, sehr chill. Ja, mit dem Update an sich. Haben sie eine gewisse Schwierigkeit reingebracht, was cool ist. Ja. Sleeper, Morris is waiting for you on your way out. How have you been? Uh, Busy? I see, I see. He nods. Well, I'll get right to it then. Just send me down. We've scored another contract and she needs your help. That's the message. He pauses. Look, I know last time the payment didn't come through, but you did good work. Bliss knows that. Yeah, no problem. Okay then. He pauses again. She's doing her best, you know. I know. He nods. See you up there. Moritz turns and strides off, leaving you in the corridor. Time to have Bliss, and maybe this time you think to yourself it'll work out. Okay. Ja, Bliss wird erstmal warten müssen, leider. Ja. Aber ja, ich bin froh, dass ich tatsächlich auch ein bisschen länger gewartet habe mit dem äh, mit dem neuen Content sozusagen äh, damit anzufangen, weil ja, hätte ich das früher gemacht. Weil jetzt passt's halt ziemlich gut, weil sehr, sehr viel einfach warten ist, bis es weitergeht. Und allgemein nicht wirklich viel überhaupt noch offen ist. Äh, ja, hätte ich das früher angefangen, wäre es wahrscheinlich gar nicht gut ausgegangen. Wenn's jetzt überhaupt gut ausgeht. Ich hoffe es natürlich. Aber ja, ich denke mal, Chancen bestehen ganz gut.